the equation, I'm absolutely sure the guys from Vanguard, despite the fact the win rate was terrible there, they can at least do something on this map.
Certainly. Kick It, Buster, two names I want to continue our conversation as well. Jane, another name at the tip of the tongue. But for now, why don't we actually hear some Vitality coming into this quarterfinal?
Preparing the major, we went into a bootcamp for a week, and then we had a week practice at home. Things went well, I think. We brought in new stuff in the bootcamp, and everything was looking good coming to the challenger stage. I don't think it felt like a really fast rise, but we could continuously see progression. Like every tournament we went to, we've had like 3 or 4 boot camps already, just like grinding as much as we could, all the online qualifiers, and yeah, the end of the last season was really tough for us because we were just like so tired. We can deal with it. Coming to the legend stage, the fact that we were playing against tougher opponents kind of made our life easier, if I can say it like that, because we know we have to be on point from the start. It felt like we're going into the real major and that we had to start playing now or our run was going to end straight away. The main focus going into the playoffs is going to be fixing some maps where we've had struggles on T-sides especially. I think if we can fix the problems and sort everything out, then I think we could go. Going up against avangar is going to be a fun match. We quite big against CIS teams. I think the fact that they have a young team means that it could go either way. They could either be like hyped by the whole thing and like be absolutely mental and the game will be really tough, or it could go the way where they kind of get stressed and miss shots, and if they miss shots with their playstyle, I don't think they'll do too well against us. So I think this time, we being a quarterfinal of the major, will be 100% focused and prepared, and I think we should take it.
Getting to hear from the leader of Vitality, somewhat of a rookie, certainly not in Counter-Strike, but in this form of Tier 1 Counter-Strike. There's the man on your screen, ZywOo, who has taken Counter-Strike by storm this year and widely regarded as in conversation for the world's best. A performance here at the major certainly would help. NBK, we've seen that name for so many years here at the major circuit.
I mean, this is a guy who literally has played every single role in Counter-Strike. Not always to the absolute best level, but he's someone who can just fill all the gaps for you. Here's someone who's obviously, at one point in time, typecast as the hard entry.
Yeah.
I notice they don't entirely just abuse him in that way anymore. He gets a little bit more of the freedom, but absolutely a player you want to be streaking and have those big games.
Yeah, and I think he was a large reason for their success in this last Legend stage, right? He was the second highest performer on Vitality, and he's also the emotional leader of this team, right? When you watch them play, the others are very monotone. Apex is the one shouting, screaming, getting up, you know, yelling. And I think he really brings an energy to this team that they need. They're a snowball team. They run on momentum. And you could see when they struggled in the Challenger stage and that wasn't there, I don't like the look of them at that point.
Right. And actually, the guy on the screen right now, often it's hard to talk about the coaches. You have to wonder what do they do, etc. I just look at what this team was like before he was in, when they had Happy, before they got Alex in, before they shifted the leadership. It was night and day. There's a reason why I said back then I thought this team was actually a joke. It was just ZywOo, and then the rest of them didn't do very well, and they didn't go deep in tournaments. Since this guy came in, that's when the structure appeared. That's when all the roles started to fit. Even people like RPK, who stats-wise are not on the board, they're actually filling their role. They're not just an empty chair in the server.
Yeah, everyone from Vitality has, you know, chipped in lately, and that's
room to maneuver, too much time to make your decisions when
On bare seconds.
Oh, that one's gotta hurt that the defuse isn't able to come in, but that is such a well done retake from Avangar, waiting for that flank coming in from Adren. Some beautiful kills right down the stretch. Still, Vitality steal it away from them, and this is a Glock. Look at the range on that. Ooh. 2 headshots that NBK gets. Those are brutal. Losing that many defenders early on, 1-0. And Vitality going to invest up while Avangar sits back on pistols. Few nades purchased. Kicker with the flashbang and Adren with the AG grenade.
Yeah, if you're going for this kind of a B stack, that's pretty great. They do bunch up in the hallways. You can get one good grenade out. If they jump down, maybe you got a good counter flash. You like this kind of a thing. It's pretty, I would say, low risk, and I mean the chances are it's going to be not much of a reward. But if you get it in the right round, if they happen to clump up, then it's perfect. It looks like Vitality are going to be doing all of the right moves here in figuring out what's going on across the map.
Actually, even Avangar's doing some of the cool moves. Look at Sanji pushing up in these B halls, clearing out this side of the map, clearing out this flank, and he'll be able to obviously see who can flank through underpass. Low percentage chance of winning, but that's now 2 rounds to start this that Avangar has had some kind of an aggressive push that turned into a flank, and I would imagine you're going to want to watch for that as this half progresses. If that's the way they're going to try and find an edge over Vitality. Meanwhile, Alex handling things with the help of Apex very well, very clean. And the last player falls. It's 2-0 for the Frenchman.
Yeah, really well. You are absolutely right, and this is such a strange map, I think, for that reason. I, myself, am a huge fan of people playing that aggressive CT side, but there are teams that don't do it almost at all ever. So I'm going to be excited if Avangar are going to be playing that role throughout. I think that's super fun to watch.
I think I mean, you imagine they would, but also I think they would pick up, it would intensify if Vitality gets out to a really hot start and Avangar's in a hole. I think you're going to start seeing taking more of those risks. Speaking of which, a risk for Jame. AWP in hand, but no armor.
Yeah, that can always get scary. And I could understand why he wants to get away from the window. That's a common grenade spot. Looks like Alex is going to be really quick. They might just sandwich this bomb site in the first couple of seconds of the round. A beautiful grenade, but are they ready for Alex coming in from the other side? That's the question. They're not ready at all. And Buster goes down. Sanji, long range headshot, and Jame there with the AWP to take down RPK. And Sanji, what a brilliant move. Up on the box, and he takes down NBK. A fantastic triple for Sanji. That long range headshot is a great start, but then moving in progressively instead of falling back and being scared, holding the bomb site.
Right over the van on the edge of the smoke as well. Part of it, that hit did not feel that aggressive for Vitality. The catwalk is the main part of the attack. You can see on the minimap as this replay goes on, there's 3 players from Vitality who never actually entered the halls. And if you're going to try and aggressively find a contact play at the B bomb site, you need players getting in. You need to trade those kills early on and get into the bomb site before the rotations come in from the defense. This also allows Jame to pick up armor and plenty of utility, so the defense standing strong.
Oh, the fans, I think down at the French Quarter there are going wild at the moment. You like to hear that too. Deagle in the hands of Saibu in this round so far. And now armor has been picked up on Jame, so they quite like that round in a bunch of different ways. Kicker is playing very close, going to be flashed in towards that ramp and instantly taking down NBK. That's such a common setup, and it works really well.
Now RPK, 2 players in connector at the moment. There's Apex right at the top of it. He goes down, no trade kills for the Vitality side. Good entry for Alex. Is it enough? Can it open things up for Zaiwu, who's now picked up the AK-47? They know Adren is trapped. They line up for him, but it's quickly down to just RPK. Any kill matters, take economy out of their hands. Vitality is out of money, and RPK is sandwiched between 3 players.
That's a beautiful grenade. Should be no problem here. Buster will take him down. And Sanji was sort of the backup plan in that, but didn't really feel any need to be aggressive, and that's also smart. Little details, but you're in a 1 versus 3 like that, there's no reason to overextend and take, really mad fights. The guy at the stairs probably does have the better fight there.
Yep.
So,
especially considering the other teammate was nearby as well. There was no danger for Sanji to just chill in towards CT spawn. So all tied up at 2-2. Avangar might be able to take a lead here though, and I think the dangerous thing for Vitality is not a whole lot of kills coming out in that previous round. 3 players surviving, so the money can now blow up just a little bit for Avangar, which is going to allow them to feel much more comfortable with investments.
Molotov landing as they run out, and they're just all catching fire in the middle. Nobody makes it out alive. Jame actually getting 2 kills with a pistol, but it's all worth it.
Yeah, I mean, this is that is a small mistake from the Avangar defense. You know, we talk about them, one of the more inexperienced teams that we have at this stage of the major, but the full rotation to chase after the eco kills, you leave the A-bomb site wide open, and that's a free plant. That's a lot of money that goes over to Vitality.
Yeah, all they invested, I think, was a P250 in that round, and everybody gets an $800 bonus from putting the bomb down, so well worth it. They're going to be quite happy about that. A 3-2 lead, as avangar are now a little bit ahead here, just a tiny bit. I mean, I can't even imagine what it would mean to them to make it forward and get into the semifinals. The run so far has been just amazing.
Well, trying to continue it here. 3-2. Full buys from both squads. 2 Kriegs out on Zaiwu and NBK, and this is a lot of bodies to send into the B halls. NBK at top mid looking for pushes, but 3 players heading towards this B bomb site, heading right at Jame and this AWP.
Smoke there, but the counter Molotov is really well timed, and RBK takes way too much damage from just the grenade. That's slightly unfortunate. Looks like they're going to try and recommit anyway. RBK not going to be leading the charge after all, due to the health, obviously. They're waiting up there, and Jame, he's really thinking about it. The smoke is gone, but he's not going to get the chance. That might be one of the only ones he's going to get. They do have another Molotov to block him off in here, and Buster, well, he's double smoked out of this position, takes a little bit of damage through as well. They're delaying that bomb plant. They want to make sure that they can get a fight first, maybe get a little bit of a favor at RPK. That's a beautiful strafe, and they are immediately going to start to back out.
That's got to be a safe call from here. That's a good kill from Sanji, and actually they might come back for it, but there's still players so far away in avangar. They have to decide right now if they're going to go for this or not, and it looks like they're coming back. Let the retake begin. James still not able to find anything at range. No one in halls for Vitality, and Sanji's going to lead the way with the double kill to re-enter into this B-bomb site, but Apex holding it down. He's the only one left, 1 versus 2.
Trying to get that shot on a Dren, not going to be able to do it. That is a quad kill for Sanji at the end of the round. That is really just out of control. That's after you've made the call to fall back. He says, well, hold on, guys. Maybe I can just get a quad kill and we can still win this round.
Yeah, I mean, that was beautiful. You can't rely on that every single time, but obviously having a point man on Catwalk able to get those kills, I think Vitality, part of the problem, not leaving one player in halls, that advantage up in those halls, the way you can set up crossfires with your teammates. But still, brilliance out of some of the young stars in avangar, and they're up by 2.
Yeah, they're up by 2, but as you were mentioning earlier, the economy is also looking so good for them right now. James got 9,200 in the bank. He's got everything that he needs. Only really Kickert is a little bit low on money, but that's great. What a position to be in early on in the game here. And Vitality needing a break, a tactical timeout to discuss exactly how they want to handle that.
Those fights on the retake, it's just there's way too many individual battles going around. He didn't have to deal with 2 people at once whatsoever.
Yeah.
Vitality getting a little bit lost in their post-plant setup, but still in this fight. Jame again in towards the window. Just to throw utility, just to apply a small bit of pressure, but not commit anywhere. And again, look at Kykert over towards the A-bomb site. He's actually already peering down that A-ramp.
Now they don't have the AWP for Saibu either. And theoretically, this should be the side of the map where he could be more free with the AWP, he could take more fights. It's going to be slightly more difficult when he's on the CT side. He will pick it up with a Krieg instead to take down Buster, so it's not all bad here. No on health though.
Yeah, but full mid control and the man advantage is so strong of a position for Vitality, and they might get an extra one here. RPK's looking for that exact push. This time, no aggression onto the extremities, but the bait setup. Jame actually might be able to get 1 kill here, peeking down. I think he might have just spotted the shoulder. He's going to be under a lot of pressure, must hit this first shot. Flashbang is in, he turns, and he just bails out of the fight.
That is really close, isn't it? Heads up play from Vitality to actually throw that grenade and not just walk into the shot. Now they're going to be putting the bomb back through T-spawn and heading towards the A-bomb side, where Kickert is going to be with just an M4 and a flashbang. That is not a lot to deal with. Adren, I don't know. Maybe there could be a crossfire. Maybe he could take down Alex coming through the connector, but that's a lot of maybes to hold on to a bomb side. Kickert, he's going to be the rock right now. 20 seconds left, and they're starting to push up there. NBK showing the shoulder, and Apex not even trying to bait anything out, is he? Just goes straight for it. Comes rumbling into the bomb site, and that's an immediate safe call, obviously.
That's a beautiful bait, a beautiful shoulder peek by NBK over and over to just freeze Kickert in that position, and he's so overexposed from multiple different angles. Apex gets a freebie, and avangar just has to save. Pick up the AWP. They're going to close the gap. They'll get their third round, and there's not enough money for Vitality to actually hunt down these weapons on the defense. They have to just let them survive.
I feel like this is such a common story that unfolds over so many rounds when you're playing on the CT side. You lose the initial battle, and then to try and sort of regain some control in that round, you go for a bit more aggression, and then you also lose that battle, and then you're almost out of that round immediately. So I think it's just a theme we've revisited a bunch of times already.
I mean, it's different theories, right? Every single time avangar goes down a player, you're not always going to see them try and push someone into those positions. Sometimes you just try and do it vanilla.
Yeah.
You just stay into the bomb sites. Maybe you stack one. Regardless, that time the attempted flank, and perhaps it's just because Vitality's already seen it once or twice in this half that they're just a little bit more hyper aware. Or a conversation to say, just be careful if avangar is going to make those pushes.
Yeah, because, I mean, and if you're Vitality and RPK in this scenario, right, you actually want to give them some time to make those mistakes, or at least to sort of play into your hands.
Especially an inexperienced team. You know, let the pressure really sink in of the moment.
Just give him 20 seconds if you've got it, and see if they can't sort of walk into something. Pretty deep grenade, but nobody there to really capitalize on it. A close game to start off with here on Mirage. And pretty much a default spread coming out more or less, controlling every part of the map right now. Vitality just need to take that mid control. But they're outside of B, they're up in apartments, they're really trying to make sure that no one's going to be sneaking through here.
Well, here comes that mid control. Apex using the flashbang to peer up in towards Connector and start clearing things out. There's no one here from the defense to mount any kind of resistance, so Vitality will have control of mid. Actually, it's a very deep defensive setup as well. Buster just now rotating back towards that A bomb site. There's already two players here. Jame with the AWP just peering down, looking for the sign of anybody.
Well, look at where Alex is. If they go for B and he's here, he can count the rotations, he can take people out if they try and come through. So much that can be done with this particular position. And Sanji is alone over at that B bomb site. This might just be a god call coming out of Vitality.
Yeah, this it looks like it's a small fake setup. NBK waiting for this smoke to clear. He's got two flashbangs. Little does he know, they didn't really need to do anything to fake it. avangar already stacking 4 players at this bomb site. This is going to hurt even more. If Alex can pounce and just get 1 kill, that would be so deadly, and it's a huge headshot as he turns the corner. He's going to find so many bodies here, and even though he goes down, it doesn't matter.
Sanji now alone, it's all on him. He sees the corner, that's a bomb down, turns around with the creek and could have nearly got the double. There's only 10 seconds. If he gets that kill, I think they win the round. But now the bomb plant will go through. A 3-on-3 with NBK rotating through spawn. He might actually catch a Dren who's trying to flank himself into the bomb site. Man, this is going to be a weird round, isn't it? Low on health as well, avangar, a lot riding on this. They've built an economy, but they can't sustain too many losses either. A free kill there on RPK. Apex with the immediate return, but he can't get down behind the van. It was so close. Are they going to be expecting NBK? They just came through here, and they will. Jame covering that window. He had to get that kill, or it would be all over.
That's a great call. That's a great read and heads-up play from avangar, realizing there was a second player at that A bomb site the whole time. Jame just holding holes with the AWP, knowing that someone was going to be coming late, and NBK walks right into it. That's an incredible recovery and retake. 4 players stacked up at the A bomb site, none of them here to actually defend B at any one point. That's so sick they're able to come over and retake that. 5-3.
You could imagine the sinking feeling if you're Sanju in that bomb site and you've just heard the calls on the other side. Yeah, we've got the 4-man stack at A, don't worry, yeah, they're flashing, they're molotoving, we're all good to go. And then actually you're the one under attack. Jame, Smoke is going to be able to save him, it does go down to 44 health. But mid-control quickly this time for Vitality.
Again, yeah, even with the health loss though, if you're Jame, that's worth the risk. You had the shot, that's the one that you want to hit. You had the chance to get a pick for your team, give them 5-on-4 advantage. We'll see if avangar is going to start stacking towards that A bomb site. It seemed they had some kind of a read in the last round. Here we have Kicker clearing out A ramp. And just waiting. There's going to be a 4-man Vitality hit at this bomb site. RPK over and B looking for the pushes, looking for the flank, and he can rotate through underpass to join up with his teammates later on in the round.
Pretty well timed smoke, to be honest. Grenade only does a tiny bit. And I think Jame had a Molotov that he just used. I was going to say I would have loved it if he could have held on to that just a short while longer, but he's hard call to make.
Well, Vitality didn't like whatsoever seeing him be aggressive on a ramp. They didn't like that kind of pressure from Kickert and that smoke coming up in their face. Delayed mid-take, Adren gets caught in the open. He's just looking for information, and the timing's not with him. Again, mid-control, this time later in the round, and 35 seconds for Vitality to choose where they want to end.
They might try and split B through Catwalk, having NBK shoot people in the back if they try and rotate out of A. That could be a lot of fun. But it all rolls around this corner. A fantastic flashbang there. Put up by Apex to take down Buster. Now Sanji again alone here at the site, and they're going to be falling back through the middle. They got the bomb on the other side. There's nobody there. This is a perfect fake coming out right now for Vitality, or even better, I think, just a great mid-round call to make sure you can get back.
It's a beautiful mid-round call, but it's built on the fact that Vitality has gotten that mid-control whenever they've wanted it. Avangar's eventually going to have to fight for that, because you can see the way they're able to manipulate the map. They apply so much pressure onto the B bomb site, which they've done for a couple rounds now, and then when they see the resistance there, they just sink back and beat the rotations. Again, Avangar abandoning that bomb site very quickly to rotate over to B.
Sanji really picking up a bunch of kills in this game. I feel like he's been stepping it up throughout the progress of this tournament, because obviously Kickert and Jame are sort of names that we sometimes end up talking about, but he's playing a fantastic game right now. They'll lose this round regardless.
Not just the kills, but the quality of them. Remember, he's the one who spearheaded that retake in the first round that Avangar won. Maybe they're not even in the lead if it's not for that kind of an effort. He's having a very good game over at that B-bomb site.
Some rounds now that Vitality end up winning, and Avangar get to save, 2 or 3 rifles, which is, another classic theme.
It's a factor of winning with finesse, right? Of winning with strategy. Some of these calls that come out, Avangar's like, yeah, we just can't fight for that. We just can't retake it. But the other thing is, they haven't had to save a whole lot since they've started winning. They've been able to preserve some of these buys and preserve some of the dangerous weaponry that they have in their hands.
Yeah, because if it's 4 versus 5, or 4 to 5 as a scoreline, and you're on the CT side, and you lose every rifle all those 4 rounds, that probably means you're going to be saving a couple of rounds here. And that hasn't really been a theme too much for Avangar yet. Unfortunate battle there in the middle. Looked like he actually could have maybe even got both kills. That flashbang though was great.
Yeah, it was the timing of it. He wasn't prepared to take a fight. He didn't even really want to take a fight. Adren was just searching for information, and unfortunately that's the one kill that just gave free control over. I like this. Buster and Adren going towards mid. We just mentioned they might have to start actually fighting for some of this mid control. Position on Catwalk. There is also Jame at the top connector, top stairs at the moment, looking down the A ramp, but he can rotate over for assistance with that AWP whenever it's necessary.
Yeah, Alex captaining the team there on the Vitality side has been really good at exploiting that mid control, so I sort of agree with it. Might be better if you don't just straight give it to them. Still with NBK lurking up in the hallways over at A. The rest are all over at the B apartments. And
Ooh, nice shot from Zaiwu.
Wow.
With the chance of the French fans in the background. A beautiful pick. And now control of the map again goes to Vitality, and if you're Avangar, you've got to feel so bad. You're getting outcalled hard in this game. Jame and Buster controlling mid, but this time Vitality's not even messing with it. They're not even heading there whatsoever. It's going to be Kickert and whatever support Jame can provide with the AWP from connector, and they have to defend.
With 5 Molotovs, what are the chances that not one of them is going to land at the feet of Kickert right now? He's pushed up to the corner, so maybe he's just going to straight up take the fight. It feels like it. And now backup is being called in. Jame is here, Adren is here. This is a different defense than it was 5 seconds ago. And Kickert flashed in. He does get the 1 kill. It took a little bit too long, but the grenade. Oh, it could be beautiful. Jame taking down 2 and even trying through the smoke. That's a bold move. He gets back around the corner before they hunt him down, but that could have been enough. 25 seconds now, and the flank is in. Buster is about to close out this round. Apex, he can't really focus on his own flank at the moment. He has to just worry about who's on this bomb site. 15 seconds, and it's almost over. NBK with a headshot there to take down Adren, and now Buster slowly crouching in. A lot of this is on him. There's going to be the 1 kill, but Apex, he's so quick. Taking down Buster, and somehow it's a 1-on-1. This felt like an absolutely 1 round. Jame will have to do it all. He's already got the double kill. He needs to land a shot, a flashbang high up. Apex, he's got him with a headshot. What a fantastic play.
He finishes him with the headshot, but he got him with the flashbang. That is a nice shoulder peek to get the information, and a great trade on NBK. I don't even know if that was the plan, but NBK at low HP heading towards ramp, and Apex just trades that kill so efficiently. Oh, that's actually... Jesus. Shoulder peek forcing Jame to look at the flashbang as well. Beautiful clutch, and Vitality is back. 5-5, we're all tied up, and finally, the guns have been slowly stripped away from Avangar. It's just Jame with an AWP. Other than that, everyone's pretty broken, having to sit out a round of rifles.
Did Sanji drop him that?
Yes.
All right. Putting a lot of trust into Jame here.
Well, at least in his ability to save the weapon if needed.
Yeah, that's sort of the, you know, that's plan B, isn't it? if you can't get some great opening kills. He's fairly defensive, so hoping that they get something here. Nice opening from Buster, but Jame has gone down. So someone else will have to recover that. Sanji waiting back here by the benches. I can't understand how it's possible that he got that kill with no retaliation yet, buying as much time as he can, but oh no, they're still close with the AWP, and I think that was a mistake.
I mean, you had to do something if you're kicker. I mean, you still feel like you're in that round if you can find the one equalizing kill, especially a Dren on the flank, and unfortunately not fast enough. At AWP, they dropped it. Doesn't get any kills. A Dren's been spotted, and Vitality retake the lead, 6-5.
Great turn of events here for the French side, obviously being ahead on the T side of Mirage. You'd like to see that most of the time. Although I will say this, there are really some teams, I think especially teams that have strong AWP players, sometimes they find they have trouble putting those players into play on the CT side. So I'm not surprised if Jame isn't having all the fights he wants. I would not be surprised if Cyber is going to have a similar kind of issue when they're playing the CT side. So might come down to something else. There's a chance, and Jame will take down Cyber. He saw that fight all the way from spawn, didn't he?
That is a phenomenal pick to get. Taking out the opposing AWPer, another smoke, and Sanji, remember, he dropped the AWP in the previous round. The AWP, they got 0 kills, and he's brought so low. Again jumping, and again almost destroyed. Nade coming in deep. Nobody's there.
Bomb all the way back in T-spawn, so for now, just feeling out the landscape. Alex has picked up the mantle of that AWP. Just hoping for somebody to overstep the line. He's got quite far in. Checking that corner. If they do have a Molotov, if they Molotov it, that should be a dead Buster almost immediately. He's thinking about it now. A little bit of a smoke towards CT spawn would set it up, but now kick it here as well. Buster, he's immediately spotted. He goes down. Great headshot with the M4, but Alex is there with the AWP to return, and now he's covering that line.
This is such a very cool T-side from Vitality. This time it's not even actual attack or a set piece or anything. They're just kind of marching up slowly and seeing what they find, and they've loved it so far. Still waiting. Sanji can't do anything at CT spawn, so this should be a plant. You've got Jame with the AWP peering from Catwalk, but the smokes block his vision. They've just now cleared. But RPK does not have to expose himself. He can just wait in connector. No kits as well on the Avangar side. They're going to have to decide this. They need kills right now, and I think that's going to seal it. How do you still go for this?
Yeah, surely there's no way. That AWP on Jame, I would say, is going to be really valuable. You've got to find a way to save it if you can at all. You know, we make a fair amount of fun of it, but this would be a prime time to run away with that rifle. It is a real shame that the guy playing CT spawn is Sanji with an MP9 and 1 health.
Never get aggressive, could he?
No, like, otherwise maybe you try and stop that bomb from going down, but
yeah,
doesn't really seem realistic. Fantastic round out of Vitality. Really some great calling coming out of Alex here.
Well, yeah, and great play individually from Alex. He's the one who gained him the foothold with that AWP. He just marched up A ramp and he saw absolutely nothing, and he's just, why don't we actually apply some pressure here? No one has peeked me. I'm just able to sit up here without any kind of pressure, without any cares in the world, and now it's a 2-round lead. And another save coming in from Avangar. Another timeout as well.
So, I mean, did he turn his hand upside down to open that bottle of water, Moses? Did you see that?
I wasn't paying attention to his water bottle opening tactics.
I'm pretty sure he did that. I'm illustrating to Moses. I've never seen that before. Maybe that's more efficient. We should do some science on that.
Okay, we'll test it out for the rest of the week.
Somebody gave me a clip of that. It's of great interest to me personally. 7-5, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into round number 13. The timeout's about to run out here, and so far it feels like, yeah, Jane is sort of leading a little bit over Saibu, which again I think is odd because this should be the half I think where Saibu has the most to say. But we'll see.
I mean, I think it's a great benefit. It's a great talking point in terms of just mentioning that Vitality strategically is outplaying Avangar. You know, you don't need your stars to shine as much when you're outcalling them to this degree across the map on a consistent basis. This defense has not been able to find a solid read to actually defend against the attack. Apex leading the way in towards Connector, 2 teammates with him, the bomb rotating back towards the A ramp, and NBK waiting in Palace. This A bomb site is obviously again about to be under attack, and it's already here. Alex needs to check beneath him. They haven't seen the information yet. Kicker's gonna find that kill. He does dig him up, but now they know he's out in the open. He's somehow gotten away, and Buster adds on, and Kicker, he's going mental, and he is saving this bomb site, jumping over as well. Apex finally ends his tear, but he's dropped as well.
He snuck underneath them. That's one of the coolest spy plays I've seen in a very long time, and the fact that Buster saved him for enough time to get that second kill is way out of control. Now it's on Saiwu. He's gonna go straight for the bomb plant. Might as well. The more time you waste here, the closer they're gonna be. Now they definitely realize, I think they might have thought he was gonna go to B, but he is still here at the A bomb site. Molotov buying him just a bit of time, but this should be one hell of a clutch. It's a 1 versus 3.
He's moving out of position to defend the bomb plant, though. Now he's got to fight them out in the open.
Yeah, that in itself is going to be a huge problem. Let's see what they could do. James up on the high ground, a little bit of shoulder peek. He sees it, but yeah, that's good timing. Either way, he was probably going to go down. And a fantastic round from avangar, making it 6-7 here. They don't have a kit, so they had to be a bit quick about that, or it was going to be really scary.
Just what a round from Kicker. I mean, just the distraction that he caused. As you mentioned, Buster with the 1 kill to save his life, to allow him to add on a second frag into that kind of a play. And what a desperate scenario. That's such an incredible round. The first and 4 rounds that avangar has won, and they do it with only, you know, an SMG, a saved rifle, and a bunch of pistols.
Round number 14. Double AWP now comes out from avangar. That's something that Vitality haven't run into before. I mean, it's probably something they would have predicted would happen at some point, but you never know if they are going to make a mistake behind that. Looks like we could see a fairly fast execute. That smoke going all the way, it's still in the air, and it's probably going to land right by that bomb site, trying to block off one part of catwalk, the other one going down. There's now a wall, but they go down through underpass and they get caught by James. This whole tactic has been blown up.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a fake. This was supposed to be Alex causing a massive distraction at the B bomb site, and James with that kill puts an end to it. They can no longer run that strategy. And there's the kill. That is ill-advised. Kicker may be feeling confident after his previous round, but he's given Vitality so much hope. After calling off the strategy and have to adjust on the fly, that's an opening that avangar did not need to give.
Well, Sanji will take it right back. That's a quick shot to take down Alex. I will agree, though. Normally don't want to be going aggressive if you've got a 4-on-5, but now they've managed to stabilize this scenario. And back to the middle for Vitality. That's been a theme for a lot of this first half. Buster has got a pretty good angle here. They would have to basically get past this corner, and then he's probably going to be falling back right away.
Well, the utility usage to force him off this angle is what's actually going to let him know what's coming. He's got to back up into the corner, a new angle as well. And this shot under a lot of pressure, trying to hold on. Sanji's got one. Zaiwu turning the corner, finds that kill, but there's still so many to deal with. And again, Sanji, such a smart play, not peeking, allowing your teammates to cover the cross. And the defense stands tall. In round 14, it's all tied up 7-7.
They love it down in the avangar section. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sanji, he's playing at a very high level right now.
This is the other part of the conversation about this double up setup, and how it frees him up, because we've seen, you know, he's had some very good rounds. He's shown us some very, very cool things, and all of a sudden, if you ever put that AWP peering deep into those halls, he can be aggressive on catwalk. He can be way more dynamic in helping the mid defense, the connector defense. He can rotate much faster. So you open up a very, very strong rifler to have more options in the map.
That's how it should be. Smoke heavily favoring RPK at that moment. And we are going to go into the last round of the half here. 15th coming up. Double AWP, Krieg on the CT side, and MP5 on NBK. Why not? It'll be interesting, if nothing else.
Yeah, a little bit bruised for Cash. We'll see who takes the lead going into the halftime break. James peering towards top mid, sees absolutely nothing. Buster as well, again with the secondary AWP moving towards catwalk. And James is risking a lot here. He did not actually have a teammate in position quite yet to cover his top mid. I don't know if it's a miscommunication or if he's just crazy, but he's not going to be punished this time. Another fake coming out of the Vitality playbook.
Yeah, we can easily tell because the bomb is on the other side, but they're really selling it and everybody's rotating. They've gone all in on this rotation. Now Kicker is thinking a little bit better of it, saying, hold on, we don't actually know where the bomb is yet. Buster, that shot might have got him killed. Oh, he gets Alex anyway. He was looking for him right there. Now, NBK's on the bomb side, but the rest of the team, they haven't really rotated yet. So he can't just go for the bomb plant, even if they technically have it. C1 in the middle. Oh, Saibu going to be almost taking down Buster. That was a headshot down to 2 health. Now a 2-on-3, and the bomb will finally be planted after they've had the bomb site for 10 seconds. So that's kind of a little bit of a flaw in that. Jamie sees right over to take down Apex, and now it's all on RBK. Good headshot to start with, but they still don't know he's there. And Jamie with a triple to close out the half and getting 8 rounds for avangar.
He was invisible over that smoke, apparently, to RPK, who never saw it coming. 8-7. And avangar, that's a phenomenal grinding recovery to the half, because it looked like it was slipping away from them.
Yeah.
Regardless, a nice lead heading into the break. We'll be right back with the second half of Mirage.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's avangar and Vitality second half first map coming up here at the second quarterfinals at the Starladder Berlin Major. The crowd have been entertaining themselves in the meantime, and we're back after that quick break. Now Vitality going to be playing on the CT side and avangar on the T side. They have a smoke and a couple of flashbangs, Moses, to try and set this one up for the executors coming, so it's not a lot.
I think one thing you're happy if you're rooting for avangar in this game is ZywOo still being very quiet. Obviously not great for the Vitality fans out there, but only 5 kills. And you mentioned the CT side can sometimes be tricky for Oppers. Mid-aggression, right on the pistol round, right at the start. Buster pinned against the wall. RPK's got the first, and Buster, he somehow responds, but Apex cannot cover his teammate at top mid. Alex might have to just hide. He's desperately trying to help him out. It somehow works with a massive amount of damage, but no kill. And Apex is in a lot of trouble with no utility.
Oh, he still gets it, and the grenade bounced right off the wall. That was really timely.
That was on a knife's edge. That could have been such a disaster for Apex.
Yeah, because if you're in the window at that point in time and you take that fight, it's just your head showing, isn't it? There's not much else. Sanji now double teamed here. ZywOo, did he find the shot? You said he's been quiet, and it's true. Now would be a good time, and Apex is flanking, so ZywOo just has to keep him occupied here. Don't run all the way away, just make sure he's still looking for you. There's a bit of a fight. Apex, 3 seconds away from getting it now. Here's the running, could just be shooting Sanji in the back. He turns around. He's got the Glock, but he's not looking the right way, and Apex will take him down. And that's Vitality winning a big round.
That was close to going the other way, though. I'm not criticizing, but I'm surprised to see ZywOo back away from that fight in mid. He'd already tagged him up a little bit. I thought for sure he would have gone back for that re-peek. Falls back and lets Apex handle it. 8-8 with the pistol round. That's now both pistol rounds going to Vitality.
It's going to be feeling fairly good for them. Keep that AWP away from James as long as possible, and even up the scoreline. You've got a bunch of SMGs that you can play around with in this round. 3 of them go through the underpass, and Let's see, we're having a pretty good charm of it. Oh, he's going to shut every single one down. And no bomb plant. Apex even waiting. He did that on purpose, didn't he?
Yeah, he's waiting until he looks at him. He's like, I want you to see me before the end comes. Well done from ZywOo. I mean, if you're having a tough game, that kind of a round like that, that can get you right back in it. Just mentally, that feels a lot better as a player.
It does. And that's the kind of calm that you want to see out of him as well, right? You know, I mean, he has got the superior weapon, but still, you want to see him just take that one easy.
Sticking with 3 SMGs on the defensive side of things. The AKs are out for Avangar. They'll have to mine their utility. They're not fully purchased up. And Adren's going to get a very quick glimpse through connector and eat a lot of nade damage. And now trying to fall back among the bullets coming in through the smoke. Vitality remaining aggressive in connector.
I do like those really fast catwalk plays. It looked like that could have been a very cool one. But he did back it out at the end. Did not want to peek all the way into the bomb site. I mean, they have such an advantageous fight against anybody here on the Vitality side, just given the weapons. NBK, though, that push-up is worth a lot.
And I think that's why all the SMGs take a risk, get some map control, allow your players to feel more confident defending this A bomb site. 4 people here. Those SMGs could be close up to the choke points. That is a big loss. What a find for Jame, and the follow-up. RPK makes his move, gets blinded immediately.
I wonder who threw that flashbang. I kind of almost want to see a repeat of that because it looked like he was blind even before he turned the corner for a bit. Apex, Molotov back into a corner, and Alex actually and Apex will pick up a kill each, and finally they managed to overwhelm the bomb site. Now it's on MBK, and Sanji is literally right behind him. There's no chance, even taking a second to line that up, and that will be a kill. Now, that is huge for Avangar. That's the 3rd round that they buy into, and they immediately pick it up.
Yeah, that's so nice for them as well, keeping it 9-9 and actually decimating the economy on the defensive side of things. It's going to be another buy from Vitality, but if Avangar can just get this through this one with a win, all of a sudden there's no cash flow for defense. And actually, Vitality could be in massive amounts of trouble if they get reset here. This is that stage of the game where that would give Avangar a nice lead, a nice hold on this map, going deep into it. AWP on ZywOo. Look at how aggressive he's being. He wants to start taking over this game. Spots absolutely nothing. It's Apex who's under a lot of pressure. One player jumps past his glimpse, Molotov down, and he's got to wait for his teammates. Flash into the sky. There's the peak, but Buster's in a better position.
Yeah, not touched by the flashbang. Alex will at least get one in return. Good turnaround for RPK, but flashbangs just never stop on this bomb side. RPK will take down Kick It as well. Good double kill here for the tank. That will leave Adren. He's got a health advantage, but still in a 1 versus 2. A bit awkward with the flashbang. He's got so much time though. I would love it if he spent another 30 seconds just waiting for the fight. Gonna try and take it there, and does take down MBK.
I actually really like that from Adren. Sticking around, going back and finding one fight, and then you put so much pressure on RPK, because Adren can go to the other side of the map. He can go to the other bomb site. You force RPK to make the decision, and you've got 50 seconds still to play with. Pretty much equal HP as well, and RPK just essentially has to flip a coin.
Yeah, there's almost no right or wrong. You could go to either bomb side, you could try and sit in the middle, just close enough to hear the plant maybe, to one of them and see if you could get it right. And he has absolutely got it wrong. And there is a smoke on Adren, which means that he could actually sort of limit the amount of entries into a bomb site. Man, that's rough if you're RBK. I don't know if there's a kid he can pick up along the way, but otherwise he's in even more trouble.
Yeah, otherwise you can't spend any time clearing corners. You just have to go for it as soon as you get here. And with that kind of information, with the footsteps, Adren would know everything that's coming, and RPK just going to back out of the fight. I imagine he would want to go find the op, and he does pick it up. So it'll be a 10th round for Avangar, and they've done it. They've burned through the money in the early stages of this second half for Vitality. The one op will be useful in the next round to see what can happen if you pass it over to ZywOo, what he can create with it.
That's a huge win. 1 versus 2 there for Adren. Able to just isolate that first kill on MBK. And then all the time in the world at the bomb and everything else. Fantastic way to win the round. Now they're back in the lead 10-9. This game is so close. I feel like this whole major we've had games like this.
Well, this was the story kind of coming into this is which Vitality we're going to get. We've seen kind of 2 sides of the Vitality coin in this tournament so far. And Avangar, it's can they keep up the success? Can they keep shocking people as they go deeper into this tournament? And it looks like the answer is yes, they can. They're playing a very solid game, and they've had to withstand some nice runs. And obviously in the first half, the tactical outplaying from Vitality was so brutal. To be in it still, that's impressive stuff for Avangar.
It really is. A couple of MAC-10s now in play for Avangar. I mean, they're probably guessing at the economic situation and saying, you know what? If we run into a stacked bomb site with pistols, that'll be fine. Those MAC-10s will clear it all up. If we run into the AWP, maybe with enough speed even, especially if it's over at B, it won't matter enough. It probably won't take down 3 players all at once, so let's just go for it. Saibu does have it in. Man, we've been talking a lot about him, and I feel like now it's kind of time. You know, this would be the thing that would make the difference between them winning or losing this map, probably.
Definitely, and I think one thing that gets kind of lost in the conversation due to his own success is how inexperienced he is on stages of this size, of this prestige.
True, he just plays like someone who's been playing the game for 10 more years.
Yeah, and you kind of lose yourself in that one. So he's having a tough time. Oh,
there we go. All the emotions out in the crowd. People, I feel like the signage game has been up steadily throughout the years as well.
Yeah, we've certainly every major seems to be a new step in the signed ladder.
In the right direction.
In the hierarchy, yeah.
Get some really. People have a lot of days here, so you know, go back to your hotel, bring some Sharpies and come up with some great art. We really appreciate it. Draw Moses if you can. I would love that. I think that should be the challenge.
Thanks. As if that's what I needed in my life.
I truly think it is.
It's just going to be a bunch of circles on a paper. 10-9 in the favor of Avangar. And we do have a technical pause. One of the players has dropped out. We'll get him right back in soon enough and get this underway.
I can't even see what that says.
Yeah, the lighting really kind of ruined that one. Don't use red.
No, got to think about that. Looking a bit tense right now, aren't they, on the Vitality side? It looks like the purchase is in and the countdown has begun, so we'll see. Are they? Oh, the MAC-10s. Is that they're not doing the MAC-10s? I was getting kind of excited for that kind of thing, but guess not.
Well, 5 AKs and actually even Vitality not saving whatsoever at this stage. What a big risk. This round is massive for both of these sides. It's going to be a full-blown set piece, and it looks like it's going to be very fast for Avangar attacking into the A bomb site. There's a gap in that smoke, but the Molotov preventing anyone from coming through it. A delayed boost, and Zywoo's got his first. Kicker goes down, and Avangar, they have to speed things up, and how do you handle this? Flashbang into the eyes of Zywoo, but the smoke still preventing anyone from finding him. The Molotov finally busting up that stack, and look at the pressure being applied. A missed shot.
Well, both in the corner. That's very risky. You really don't want to be stacked on top of each other. Buster with a very quick bomb pump. That is at least something here, but that's the kind of quality we need to see out of the French sniper, and we need a lot more of it. They do have a 4-on-5, but
no kits.
3 of them already tagged up. No kits. Apex. Nice flank out to take down Buster. That was a very quick shot with the CZ. Now James has got to line up here, and they actually stack up in front of him. Sanji with 2 of them, Jane with 1 more, and now let's see. Can he finish off this round? Adren is there as well, and it looks like it's all fallen right through the hands of Vitality here. They can't even make it back out. James and Sanji to clear out the round, and Avangar now at 11-9.
Oh, that's so brutal. If you're Vitality, those initial fights couldn't have gone any better. The boost, the follow-up kill, you got a 5-on-3. Not able to make it into the site. The stack up on the boxes at top A ramp.
I just see 4 people with SpongeBob t-shirts and fidget spinners.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Does it? Do you want to help me with the connection here, Moses? Something I'm not missing?
Yeah.
Am I hallucinating again?
It always seems to be happening. Well, this is the problem with that kind of an aggressive buy. You're down 2 rounds. You have nothing to invest in here. In the next round, it must be a good round for Vitality. They'll be down by 3 going into round 22.
Buster having himself a grand old time in the middle. 4 kills on him. I mean, they did only have pistols, but that's not bad at all.
There's just so much production coming out from the Avangar side. 20 kills on James, 19 on Sanji, 18 on Buster. So close together as well. So many players contributing for Avangar, and you just don't have that on the Vitality side of things. 16 for Apex at the top, and it's 14 for RPK.
22nd round, and it is starting to feel like Vitality are getting pushed out of this game. Avangar having their way with them. They have the money, they have the momentum right now, and the French team need to find a way to stop that. Roll it back somehow. Creative boost over at that A bomb site. That was looking good. That was the right kind of move. But they need more of it. Need to secure an economy first of all. I don't know, the step back into this game, it just feels like it's further than just the 3 rounds that we're seeing on the board, right?
No, but this, yeah, well, this is where you'd expect to see Vitality. This is where, if you're watching this, you have to see the experience of these players of all the top tier events that they've been at this year. It all needs to come to fruition right now, because you're going to have to grind these rounds to tie things back up, to get the economy back into your favor, and you're going to have to keep grinding to actually take this map away from avangar. And right now, just the way the minimap plays out, Apex is going to be in a lot of trouble. He is so committed. Molotov out, he's getting deeper into the bomb site. He wants to be more committed.
It's not a bad Molotov to actually segment them, but he has to win the first fight, and he won't. Instead, it's Buster to take them down. If he'd won that first fight, the rest of the 3 of them on the ramp would have had to have stopped and waited for the Molotov, but now they should be able to get that bomb plant. Saiwu's still in the middle, kind of looking over, but the smokes are absolutely everywhere, and the bomb goes down. And now, Vitality, hard as it seems, if they can't get these kills quickly, they need to back on out. These rifles are everything right now to the CT side.
Especially the op. You must save the op. And Saiwu on Catwalk already backing away. So avangar, a simple A set piece. And they've delivered a really powerful blow. 13-9 now.
Yeah, this is starting to look too good, isn't it? Well, they actually had a very forward mid position this time, Vitality. But otherwise, they're not getting any information about that hit coming until it's really there. It's when the smokes go down towards Connector and CT spawn that they realize, well, hold on.
Yeah.
It's at A, so...
And just by nature of the defense they're running, Apex just had no support coming. You either fall back and you play full retake in a 5-on-5, or you try and get more committed like he did. And he had the fight, you're exactly right. He had the fight he wanted to do to his Molotov, couldn't win it. This is now 5 in a row for avangar.
Yeah, that's looking so good. Remember how Kickert was playing close to that ramp? That in itself, and I'm not saying they necessarily have to duplicate exactly that play, but when he's playing close like that, you know 3 seconds earlier, and that's a lot of time, for the rest of the team to react. You know that something is happening. Leg shot there on Saiwu as he tries to go for that fight. Down to 39. Not bad.
Yeah, they may not realize it now, but softening him up, that's such a good start to the round, even if you don't get the kill. And Vitality this time, they seem to be spreading across the map. They don't want to gamble. They don't want to have any emphasis on one side over the other. It's the B bomb site that'll be under attack. And again, avangar are going to find just a sole defender here. It's NBK standing right behind the smoke.
What a job.
How does he want to do this?
They're right in front of him. He comes to the smoke at the right time. Oh, but Buster turning around. He's so quick. That wasn't a Dren that was in front of him. That was Buster turning around to get that kill. Alex now with the rest of the job in his hands, and he walks right into the shot as Jane will take him down. Apex and Saiwu on the bomb site, but they get shot down. Simultaneous shots there coming out between Jame and a Dren. And now RPK, what do you do? 1 versus 2. You had to save these rifles the last time. Now you're going to have to try and go for it yet again, and that's not even a chance there. Jame will drop him. A 3rd kill of the round for him. He's been playing just an outstanding game. 23 and 8 on Jame.
You're going up against one of the player who's in the conversation for the best player in the world, and Saiwu obviously not delivering on that title at the moment, but Jame is, as the opera coming out on top, that's got to be a surprise to so many people, probably no one else more than the Vitality players. But this is such a comprehensive victory on the second half for avangar. They have not slowed down once. As soon as they got the guns in their hands, it just feels like it's all over. Vitality's going to have to start taking some risks. Oh, and there's a big opening kill.
Big opening kill and a big risk. Alex, look at that. He's stranded at the top of mid. That smoke, if they had stuck around, they would have been able to catch him inside of that smoke. He was on a little island there. There would have been no way out. He must be very happy that he can even make it back from that. And that's a play that's meant to be Alex pushing with Saiwu sort of covering his back and actually Alex having all the attention. But they take down Saiwu instantly. This is, I mean, we've seen Jame hit a bunch of great shots in the past, actually for a long time. I just feel like consistency has usually been a problem. And right now, I mean, this is something else.
And he's putting together such a nice game. Just avangar in general as a team putting together a very nice game and a very nice offensive half. Kickert gonna lead the way up ramp, but again, the bomb is on the other side of the map. This could just be a ruse. He just wants to find 1 kill Weaken the defense, cause a rotation, and just the pressure is pulling NBK over. It's a desperate situation for Vitality, and he does not want to be out of position.
Good timing on that grenade from NBK. And then RPK on the other side of the map will take down Kickert, so that helps a little bit. 30 seconds, this crossfire has to hold. This is maybe the last chance for Vitality to do much of anything. NBK down here. That MP9 not really doing enough damage. Apex will show up. That does help out a tiny bit. 20 seconds as Sanji will take down Alex, and now by the bench he almost could have had that. No bomb plan yet with 14 seconds. RPK comes into it, but a trend shutting it down. A triple in that round. And 15 overall. No bomb plan even needed.
A trend in crunch time. The former major MVP delivering for the young team. They got him there. And even though Vitality held on to that bomb site for a long time, they never actually stopped anyone. They just didn't go down. They just didn't lose the bomb site. But eventually the positions from avangar were just too dangerous. Were too powerful as they wrapped around the bomb site. No one actually stopped them. 15-9. And a final timeout for Vitality is called.
You've got to give it to the French fans down there. They're really trying to get their team hyped all the way up.
It's
Even
not the only positive thing you can say about the French so far.
Yeah, there's not really much hope looking, not looking good at all on their side. 17 is the top fragger there on Apex, 24 on James, Sanji on 20, Buster on 20. It is looking really, really good at the moment.
And listen, this has been a great half for avangar. I don't want to take anything away from them, but if you're losing this many in a row as Vitality, you've come out flat. From a team level on the CT side, from an individual level, there's just not enough. There's no reason why Vitality should just not even be mounting any kind of a fight, and they have got one last chance. They've got to win 6 in a row to force overtime, and that just does not seem likely.
How do they do that? They don't really have the weapons. They certainly don't have the momentum, and avangar on the other hand, run boosting Jame into middle just to flex on them, just to show, you know what, we're willing to do anything at this point in time. And no mid control whatsoever for the CT side. When you're in this position as a T side, you could just do anything you want. So many setups can be unfolded from here.
Well, NBK almost wants flirting with the idea of getting close up towards Catwalk. Smokes the holes for his teammate. That shotgun has got to do a lot of work as the AK-47s have a deep sight into the bomb site. That denies information. That smoke, RPK can help nothing. He can see nothing for NBK.
They're right around the corner. Are they going to flash their way through? Adren, he's right on the edge and crouches into a headshot. That's so quick. RPK going to be going down next. Adren ready to close out this map right now. Kick out in the middle to take down Saiwu and Alex. He's got no chance at all. He'll pick up the kill, but surely they can take him down. Sanji actually falls. How does he get that double?
Oh, that's a big angle to hold. I thought Jame was going to cut it off. That would have been beautiful. He's got the bomb, 25 seconds, and he's rushing up connector, but he doesn't have his teammate with him just yet. Now coming in from the other side, and Apex has to back off. A 2-on-1. It's all on Alex.
Oh, they're bringing the bomb back. They're running back the other way. Alex, can he catch him? James is right there, and he takes him down, and it's 16-9. As avangar will take down Vitality on the first map. So many great calls in that first half for the French side, but this second half, a clean run at the end. 8 rounds straight to win the whole thing. That is very cool.
I mean, you could even see it, the Vitality fans. That section says it all. Hands in the head, just so confused. What just happened to Vitality? They don't get a single round on the defensive side once the guns come out. 8 rounds straight to close map 1 for avangar.
Yeah, that is a real statement, isn't it? Obviously, it is only the first map, so we don't want to get carried away from that point of view, but still, that's really something. The second map going to be Inferno, obviously. That was a performance that we weren't expecting out of them.
No, I mean, it was just like it's always like when you think about it ahead of time, you're just like, will the same avangar show up? This is a bigger stage. They've had a massive break after the great group stage that they had to get to this position. And for Vitality, it looked like